Hey, welcome back. So we have a broken Toyota key. Customer basically says, hey, my key is broken. I cannot start the vehicle and the vehicle might have a broken ignition. So now I'm kind of in a quandary. Showed up with this key. It's a non-slot key. I'm not able to go to the vehicle due to constrictions. But now, how am I going to go ahead and do this? So this is going to be a fun problem-solving thing based on what I can do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to decode this with the Gymkana. I'm going to grab one of my test keys that I can put the slot in there. I'm going to clone the key with Xhorse based on that, hand that off so the member can basically drive back to me, and then I can program this Toyota OEM key. And then I'll collect this one at the end. So let's go ahead and get started on this problem-solving key. So now using the Gymkana, it wants us to use it to U1 like a regular Toyota key. And when I look at it, it is, if I tighten it, it's a whole mess. What if it's broken further or up the key blade? What would I do? So the situation is we can either A, look at that and decode, or B, we can use the modify section. So let's go ahead and decode like normal and see what it does and take it from there. I'm gonna go ahead and try to flatten this or see if I can change the orientation. It is kind of bent. I'm gonna flip it 180 and put it to U1. Okay, that looks a little better. It's more flat. It's kind of tilted up, but let's see what it does when it comes to pulling code with the Gymkana. So now let's go ahead and look at that key. The broken key is able to clamp it and it was able to, but look at that. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Let me just double check. Yeah, that looks really good. Now, worst case, if it didn't work, if we couldn't fit it in here, I would go back. I would do modify, and then I would measure each section and find out the measurements of what, where, and how. So I'd measure, the length and then the thickness and measure like that to type that code in manually. And I have videos for that I'll put in the description below. Cool, so let's go ahead and do the next part. Let's cut the new key. We're gonna cut this shell key, and there's no chip in there, and we'll get started. Cool, so now while the key is cutting, I'm gonna go ahead and scan the original key. Let's read this. I just wanna clone that chip. Let's go ahead and jump into this. Cool, and it's a master key. Okay, that's good. Let's clone it. Cool, let's take that out, put the chip in there. Oh, cool. Stop, clone, cool. And then for good rule of thumb, let's just double check. So I'm gonna stick that key in there. Let's read it. So it's gonna be 8C87. Let's grab a random chip off the table just to wipe it and scan another one. But remember in 8C87. Okay, different vehicle, unrelated. I'm gonna put the clone chip back in there. No sleight of hand here. Cool, 8C87, and it's a X27, great. And we're done. So now I can take the key fresh out of the Gymkana. Looks good, sorry for the shadow. And I'm going to essentially pop this open, shabam. Gonna make those noises. And I'm gonna put it like so. Put that in there, and I'm gonna hand that off, and then the person will come back, and then I'll finish these keys. It just makes it easier to program instead of like parts and all that nonsense. Cool, so that's a simple way that we took a broken key, made a temporary key with a empty slot, cut it, cloned it, hand it off, so they can start the vehicle instead of using something like this and pliers. They can start the vehicle, come back, and we can finish the process. Cool. Other than that, hopefully that helps for some pretty cool problem solving. Other than that, have a great day, and I will see you next time. See ya. Bye.